farmer, welcome back to Upside Planted again. My name is Courtney, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 3 easy ways to get plants that are normally expensive for on the cheaper side. I'm saying cheaper, not free, but on the cheaper side compared to what they normally are. And I'm also going to share with you a couple of plants that I have gotten for significantly cheaper prices compared to how much they are if you do a simple Google search. I'm going to share that with you as well to be as transparent as possible and to show you what is possible if you want to get into more uncommon and expensive-ish plants. So let's dive right in. So as you just saw, the price for a philodendron biliatai is a little bit more on the expensive side. I mean, most of the plants I'm going to show you are plants that are on the more expensive side, and then I'm going to show you what I got the actual plant for. So this biliatai that has 3, even though this one's a little dingy, 3 leaves, a new one coming in, I got this for $50. I got this for $50 and I got it on Facebook in a plant purge. Now I'm going to talk about plant purges later in the video, but just keep that in mind, especially if you're somebody who is around a lot of other people who like plants. Facebook is definitely going to be a way for you to get those more expensive plants for less. Next up we have this philodendron Pariso Verde. I think that's how you say it. I got this for 20 bucks again on Facebook. I have really good luck with Facebook because I live in Austin, Texas, so there's a really big plant community here, which makes me happy because I really have only gotten a few plants offline. Everything else I've gotten locally. So I got this for 20 bucks on Facebook. Now we have my crown jewel. This is literally my baby. I love this plant to death. It's my Philodendron gloriosum dark form. Now this is the initial leaf, and it's kind of got a little bit of, it's not it's like light damage. I think it was kind of too close to the grow light. It happens, but this is the newest leaf and it's literally so gorgeous. And I got this plant in a trade. So essentially I got this plant kind of for free. This was a trade that I got from a plant, what is it called? A plant meetup, plant swap. I literally had to look up what I was trying to say. A plant swap. I got this at a plant swap. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that was evading me. Plant swap, plant swap. I got this at a plant swap that I hosted. And I absolutely love this plant. It's literally my baby. And I now have 3 philodendron gloriosums because I just love this plant. It's so pretty. My philodendron Florida Ghost. I have mentioned this plant multiple times, and this is another plant that I got in a trade. I will talk about trading, like I said, later in the video, but just keep that in mind that this was a trade. And last but not least is my philodendron Bipinfolium aurea. Now this is the most expensive plant that I've ever bought in my life, and I have been working and collecting houseplants for maybe almost 5 years now, and this is the first time that I've actually spent, for me, is a lot of money on a plant. It was $75, but I feel like because of how big it is and the fact that it was air layered, so I can propagate at any time. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've had this plant for a while. I kind of just want to let it grow as big as freaking possible. And yeah, this is the most expensive plant that I bought, and it was $75, and I will talk about how I got these plants. Now let's get into how you can get these more expensive plants, as you saw the prices from Google, for less. So before we dive in to the tips that I'm going to give you, I need to mention plant purges because I actually forgot to do it while I was filming, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what a plant purge normally is. So I have gotten pretty much most of my plants from plant purges. Basically, that is when somebody is purging their house plants. I've gotten a lot of plants from purges on Facebook. I've seen people do them on Instagram. I have actually gotten plants from a TikTok plant purge. Basically, like I said, a plant purge is somebody getting rid of their plants, and usually the deals are really, really good. So the first thing that you can do is trade plants, like I mentioned before. So trading plants is, I think, one of the best ways to get these like more uncommon plants, because essentially somebody is looking for something that you have, and you never know what people are looking for or what they have. You can just put yourself out there to say that you're open to trade, you're accepting trade, you're looking for a specific plant, you have this to trade. That's what I have done in the past online, either Facebook, Instagram. You could do it on, if you have YouTube, TikTok, anywhere. You can just put a post out and say, hey, I'm really looking for these plants. This is what I have in my collection. Let me know in the comments if this sounds like something you want to do. So you can do it anywhere online, basically. I like to do trades locally because it's just a lot easier and quicker. Other ways that I have traded plants has been online via TikTok with somebody I traded plants, and another place that I traded plants, and this was months ago, was on Reddit. I haven't done it in a really long time because I've just been getting a lot of plants locally, but trading on Reddit is also a really good way to get plants that are more uncommon, or even plants that you just haven't been able to grab locally in your area. So the first way is to trade your plants. So the second way to get these more expensive plants for cheaper is to get cuttings of those plants. Now, cuttings are usually more readily available. It just depends on the plant and your area and what you have. You can get cuttings online. People sell them online. I like getting cuttings locally because I just feel like it's quicker and easier. And two plants that I have that were cuttings were the Florida Ghost, that was a cutting, and I did get that in a trade, and the Philodendron gloriosum dark form, which was also, it was just one piece. It did have roots, but I think it was in water for a while, and then I transferred it to soil in the last like 2 months, I think. But those are both cuttings of plants that are normally way more expensive. So if you have the patience to watch it grow, then I think it's absolutely worth it, because I think it also helps you to learn whether or not you even like the plant. If you bought a whole plant for like $500 and then you're like, I don't even like this, then it's like, there's $500, you know what I mean? If you get a cutting for like, I've gotten cuttings for $10, $15, $20, and those plants have grown. And I think it's more rewarding getting cuttings, especially of plants that are more uncommon that you're not gonna see at big box stores. I think it's just more rewarding, and it's a fun experience, and it can teach you what you like and what you don't like. So if you're up for the challenge of having cuttings and growing cuttings, I would say that's really one of the best ways to go with getting those more uncommon plants at really good deals. And the third way that you can get these more expensive plants for cheap is rehab plants. And I'm going to show you one plant that I have that is a rehab that I got for a really good deal, in my opinion. So this plant is a jump scare. I want to tell you up front, this plant is literally about to die off, but it has a new leaf that is going to come out. I can see it. It's literally scary. It's very scary looking, but this is an Anthurium forgetii. So this is a plant that is a lot. It is a lot, and I will show you how much they normally are. But I got this for $30. And it's a rehab plant. It looks a lot worse than it did when I first got it. And I knew the leaf was gonna die off, so I wasn't really concerned about it. For me, it's just a challenge and an exciting way to get a plant that I normally most likely wouldn't have purchased because of the price. But it has growth, it has roots, and it has a new leaf that's gonna shoot up. I can see it. You probably can't see it because it's like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little leaf inching its way up, and I'm excited about that. I'm actually going to transfer this to soil. It's honestly been in moss for way too long. I'm going to transfer it to soil this weekend, and I'm going to do like a whole like plant chore, like a really long plant chore video that I'm going to put up. It'll be up on Tuesday. Don't hold me to it, but I want it to be up on Tuesday. It's gonna be really long. You're just gonna listen to music and we're gonna do plant chores together. But I'm gonna transfer this to soil. Rehab plants are a really great way to get these uncommon plants for way less. Like, you see the price of an Anthurium forgetii, and I was just never gonna pay for that. Like, I don't know, I was just never gonna pay for it. The one thing about rehab plants is you gotta have a strong heart. You gotta have a strong heart to deal with rehab plants, because you're gonna go through the motions. Like, this looks incredibly worse than it did when I first got it. It looks so terrible. Like, I just looked at it again, I was like, oh my God, this looks like shit. But there's actually nothing wrong with it, besides the fact that it's a rehab plant. And that's perfectly fine with me, because I feel like I have the time and the energy to work with this plant and watch it grow. And for me, it's really exciting because I'm learning more about plants, how to work with them, what care this type of plant likes, And I'm excited to see what happens with this plant, and I will absolutely keep you updated on the status of this guy. And I hope the next time I give you an update, it has a nice leaf. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I want you to comment down below, what is your wish list plant right now? And are you going to use one of the methods that I talked about in today's video to get that plant? If you are, comment that down below. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.